Good morning, everybody. You're watching Iowa Live here on CW Iowa 23, and we're still in the month of November, which means we are honoring and celebrating the fact that this is National Alzheimer's Disease Awareness Month, and we're doing that talking about saving your brain with some special classes that we've talked about a little bit before here on the program, but we want to go in more detail. So, of course, we have Dr. Patricia Quinslick joining us, dementia prevention instructor, and a couple of students that have been part of the classes before. James Hart, who was one of the first class participants, and then the second round, Elaine Custer, here to share her story as well. But remind us, Doctor, what these classes are all about.
Well, most people don't realize that you can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 70%. A lot of people think it's just inevitable, you'll get it, there's nothing you can do. Actually, there is a lot you can do. So what these classes do is you come in, you learn what you can do, you're given tools to do it, and then you're given the support and the long-term sort of keep on going encouragement to actually make those changes so that you can truly reduce your risk of getting dementia, including Alzheimer's.
Which is incredible when you hear that. 70%, why wouldn't you?
Right.
But what are some of the things we're talking about? What are some things we can actually do right now that could be saving our brains?
Well, some of the big ones, and unfortunately this is the thing that you have to do for a lot of health. You need to eat well, you need to get moving, you need to stay sharp, you need to keep using your brain, you need to be social, you need to have those social connections, but you also need to sleep well, you need to reduce your stress, you need to make sure if you have things like high blood pressure, diabetes, you take good control of those. Some of it too is not to take drugs that put you at higher risk of dementia, and people don't realize that there's drugs out there that you really shouldn't be taking because they reduce your chance of staving off that Alzheimer's or dementia. So we go through all of those things in the class, and as I said, we give you tools to help you do it, and then we give you the support and this 10-week program to actually make those changes, and then we keep on meeting afterwards so you can sustain those changes. I
love it. It's not just a class where you show up, they give you a bunch of information. They stay with you so you can truly implement those in your lives, which I think leads us in beautifully to, let's start with you, James, because we're talking about something you were able to change with your health by doing these classes.
Right. What I really enjoyed was the format of the class. So in class we would talk about the science of the topics that we're talking about that Dr. Quinslick mentioned, and then for a whole week we'll internalize those and build them into a pattern of choices for the whole week. And then when we meet next, we'll talk about how we did it and if we did it and what worked well and what didn't. And over the course of the 10-week period, I was able to get off my high blood pressure medicine. Wow. And it was absolutely incredible. So
I was going to say, how did that make you feel? Pretty good. So it does work. You know, maybe you're starting with the idea of saving your brain, but it's really saving your whole body.
Yeah, it really worked for me, and I'd encourage people to take the class.
Yeah, absolutely, kind of creating that new routine in life, which can truly make a difference. But I want to hear from you, Elaine. What made you want to participate in this class?
I wanted to participate because, unfortunately, my father suffered from dementia, passed away a couple years ago, and so I wanted to see if I could learn something to help myself and my family.
Absolutely. And how did that go for you?
Very good. I really enjoyed the class. I would agree with what James said. The tools, the encouragement, the holding accountable for the goals we set each week. And as one class member said, but if you didn't meet your goal, everybody was understanding, and you try it, you could just keep trying, because it's lifestyle changes, so it does take some work.
You can't always flip a switch and change things we've been doing for years. So what was your takeaway? What did you learn, and what are you now sharing with your own family?
I have shared with my siblings and my kids and friends about the class, dietary changes I needed to make. As I said, once I was a farm girl, still am a farm girl, was raised on red meat. I still like red meat. I can still have red meat, but I realized I needed to change how often I have it, have more fish and more poultry and vegetables. And my husband and I have been enjoying the changes, and we're feeling better. And I guess the activity and the experts that we had a pharmacist, we had a dietitian, we had fitness coaches working with us as far as exercise and what to eat and what medications. Personal, individual sessions with those people. That was amazing to me.
It was some good old one-on-one, but still had the accountability of a group to stay on track. But obviously, much success in this group. It's not unattainable. You can make changes in your life that could possibly save your life, which is incredible. Talk about, as someone personally who was dealing with dementia in their family, what that was like and why it was important to make changes in your own personal life.
As a lot of people know, it's really rough to see a family member or anybody go through that, and then the caregiver, my mother going through her struggles with trying to help him, and all of us seeing him diminish, or not the father that we remembered. Right. So that was tough. So again, it was like, well, I don't know if I'm going to get it. My brothers are going to get it. My sister's going to get it. When this came about, I was just so excited to be able to do something. I still may get it, who knows, but I have ways to try and prevent and make it the best I can, and that's what I wanted to do.
Yeah, so you have the tools necessary to make a difference. And again, doctor, when you're talking about reducing a risk up to 70%. Up
to 70%.
That's pretty incredible.
Yeah, right now they're saying that in our community we can prevent probably over a third of all of the cases of dementia. And as Elaine talked about, when a family member gets dementia, it doesn't just affect that family member. It affects the caregiver, affects the other people in the family, and it's something usually that goes on for years and years, and it's devastating to families. So if there's something we can do for ourselves, we reduce our risk, we help our siblings reduce their risk, so that maybe we prevent some of these cases of dementia and Alzheimer's, wouldn't that be wonderful?
It would be wonderful. What an incredible Christmas gift to one another and an amazing opportunity. So how do we participate? How can we be a part of the next one?
Well, classes are going to start again in January.
Okay.
And right now we're just asking people to call the community health partners. They're the ones who are helping us basically coordinate this.
Okay.
And their telephone number is 515-575-9220. Or you can just call the Alzheimer's Association and they'll give you that number to call if you can't remember that or don't have a pencil handy. These are taking place right now at the Y. They're giving us incredible support with a fitness coach and making sure that people have access to classes depending upon their particular individual needs. Some people are going to high class spin classes. Some people are going to like Tai Chi because their balance isn't very good. Last Friday I went with some of the people from our class to a water aerobic class that they do especially for older people. It was a lot of fun. So we partner with the Y. Also Broadlawns is the one who provides us with a pharmacist. The pharmacist comes over, gives us some general information, and then sits down with each member of the class individually to talk about what medicines they're taking and what they might do to reduce the risk. Also talking about supplements, over-the-counter medications, etc. And then, as Elaine talked about, you get a chance to sit down with an individual nutritionist to see what you preferences have and what you could do to prevent dementia, and then also the fitness coach. So you get a lot out of this class.
I was going to say, wow, very personalized, but truly making a difference. James and Elaine, if you had one thing to say for people that might be on the fence about taking a class like this, what would you say to convince them that they need to do this?
I would say do it. we just have a yellow sticky note, some things, goals. Just do it, somebody in our class said. Healthy mind, healthy body. It's going to help, as Pete, our fitness coach, said, it's for a healthy mind and a healthy body. Why not?
Yeah, and James, you're proof of that.
Yep. I'd encourage people to do that because it'll positively impact many areas of their life and their fitness and their wellness.
Yeah, absolutely. When you think of, you have a diagnosis of Alzheimer's and there's no hope, it's nice to hear that there is a possibility of hope in your future, not only for you, but your entire family and friends. I'll absolutely love that news this morning. Okay, if people, again, want more details, best place, you can always contact the Alzheimer's Association here in Iowa, but again, if they want more details, where should they go?
Just call the 515-575-9220, get your name on a list, and we'll be calling you back and telling you when we're going to be having classes starting probably middle of January.
Okay. I thank you all for being
thank
here,
you.
and congratulations on making it through class and really making healthy strides in your life. It's not easy to change routine in your life, but when you're doing it for such an incredible reason, it can be a huge blessing. So thank you for sharing that with us. And always, Doc, great to see you.
Thank you for having us.
It's still November, so let's think about that as we're honoring, celebrating, and continuing to try and find a cure for Alzheimer's disease. This is National Alzheimer's Disease Awareness Month.